This is the Aussie dollar New Zealand, and I'm involved with a triangle here on the 15 minutes. I am going to go and do the higher time frame analysis. I have been involved in this for a few hours, but I've been out for most of the afternoon. I'm just going to talk through the higher time frame analysis and why I've got involved with this trade. So we've got a swing in the market here on the dailies, a direct move, and then we actually have a channel that's formed. I'm just going to duplicate that and move it over. And this channel has now been validated with 4 touches. 1, 2, 3, 4. We held structure, we're going higher. We have a high probability of going up to retest this trend line. If we go to the 240, there isn't a great deal here other than the fact that if we draw out the trend, move lower, pull back, move lower, pull back, move lower. Right here we violated the last outside return, and this here is a triangle. We can actually see this better on the 60, so I will drop to the 60, and this triangle meets the rules because 1, 2, 3, 4 touches. That should be up there. I'm looking for a 127 extension as usual for these patterns, so swing high to swing low. And we're just going to keep the 127 on there. And what actually happened here is we broke out of the channel, we put in this double top. However, I do ignore double tops when it's a breakout pattern because we have a higher probability of breaking to the upside. But what can happen is if we just go ahead here and highlight the wicks, we can come down into the wicks, as you can see just here, which is what we've done. And if we drop one time frame lower, we actually had a back pattern that completed. So it was X to A to B, B to C, and a CD completion here. That's what I used as the entry. But look at what we've now just done. We've now had 1 test, 2 test. We didn't quite go oversold though for a valid double bottom, but there is divergence. But what's happened since then, that this double bottom has been confirmed because we violated the tops, seeing a pullback for a 26.18. So stops just need to go underneath the lows here. I'm just going to bring back on the orders. I've got them a little bit further back at the minute because of the spread due to it being the Asia session. Let me have a look. 9.15. Okay, so we can reduce that risk to 8 pips, 14. No, I'll give it an extra pip. I don't want to be stopped out of this trade just because of the spread. So we have, in terms of risk here, 20 for 17. Just actually let me check what the fees have been reduced to. As you guys know, come 2200 hours UK time, the fees just increase. But they do reduce down as the evening goes on. So it's 6 pips. So I want to be 5 pips below that, plus 6 pips. I'm going to make 11. Okay, I'm going to keep them as they are for now, but in 15 minutes I'm going to reduce them back down to 108.85s and see if we can get this continuation up for these 17 pips. And we're back for the update, and eventually we have now rallied up here and hit those targets for plus 17 pips. The back pattern was the entry, the double bottom, the 26.18. Only a 1-to-1 reward to risk, but nevertheless a nice 17 pips.